Professor Fernandez is a member of the Department of History and Economics Institution, and member as well of the Center of Studies Anthony Di Capmani in the Faculty of Economics and Enterprise at the University of Barcelona in Spain. Professor Fernandez, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Today we're going to be talking about small and medium-sized enterprises. And one of the key things that we would like to ask you about is what is your view about contemporary SME research?
Yeah, contemporary SME research is dominantly characterized by studies based on small and medium enterprises which belong to another technological period of our history, one without internet, one in which size was directly related to performance, meaning that firms with less than 10, 25 employees necessarily meant low performance, low productivity, low investments, difficulties to internationalize. The handbooks that use this view without internet in between did not take into account. It was impossible to consider what we now today know, which is that with a higher speed in information, communication, with a different institutional global regulation which allows for a fast circulation of ideas, capital, people, resources, is it possible to have one small company with just one employee, which is much more efficient than one factory traditionally led with 50 employees? So we have to be extremely careful when we read handbooks or articles about small and medium companies. Please have a look at the year in which the book or article was published. Please have a look at the kind of sector it is having into account that theory or inspiration, because the conclusions could be highly mistaken if they not take into account the most recent technological or institutional changes affecting SMEs.
It's very interesting when you mentioned how we must be very careful in the research that we are conducting, and at the same time how we must look at different aspects as well. I wonder if you can tell us a bit more about what do you think it's really relevant when we are looking at how do we apply SME research around the world.
Yeah, it's interesting because if you get a look at Google, if you type small and medium enterprises, the most frequent citations you will see about SMS internationalization, small and medium enterprises growth, small and medium enterprises strategies, small and medium enterprises problems and difficulties. Or if you limit your search to Europe, probably you will also find many studies about the decline of small and medium companies and the policies in order to help them. So you always find problems. When you search in Google, small and medium companies are a problem for theory, which means it's difficult to apply this theory if you only see this type of size of a company as a problem. If you include internet, if you include the possibility of considering dynamic sectors, if you include the possibility of having small and medium companies as with positive elements in terms of strategy, structure, leadership, in terms of sectors or countries where they are supported, where they are very well market oriented, then is it possible to start reading in a different, more positive light theories and how to apply them in order to survey the development of small and medium companies. Most of the theories about internationalization, for instance, of small and medium enterprises indicate that they need larger size, largest investments, that they need subsidies from their governments, that they need very often in countries like the UK or Spain or Italy, that they take advantage if they belong to regional districts where the economies of agglomeration help overcome market imperfections. So you see all the recipes in order to have SMEs going abroad. But very rarely you find information about innovation and small and medium enterprises. You can find them in literature about innovation, where very often they say that innovation often takes place in small companies at the very reduced level, where there are more freedom of thought, where there are more flexibility, where there are less hierarchy involved in order that ideas may flow, experiments and failure can take place. So why don't we start applying ideas from innovation theory to theories about small and medium enterprises? Very rarely you will find in theory about small and medium companies the application of innovation theories. And they are extremely important. They are the basis. You cannot talk about internationalization, growth, how to survive institutional problems if you forget about the basis of a small company, which often is the idea to do something new in a different way by an entrepreneur with more or less success as the time goes on. So I think that I found particularly more applicable theory of small and medium enterprises applicable when they are written after the 1990s and they start taking into account global economy, internet, outsourcing, and the fact that there can be very productive, high-tech, small companies in the marketplace. E-commerce,